everyone. Welcome to a D&D Heist. We are going to be playing a fun little game as kobolds this evening, or I guess it's still afternoon for some of us. Anyways, my name's Jess. This is my channel, and I am so excited to welcome everyone on in. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Jeremy, our wonderful DM for the day.
Hi there. I'm Jeremy. What do you want to know? Should I say anything besides?
Yeah, tell
I have
us
I have
who
a
you
channel
are.
here as well. WH Publications. Stream on Wednesdays now. I used to stream more, but life. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at WH Pubs. That's it, really. So today we're going to be playing Ocean's 5, which is actually a sequel to a game that I did play before. But they're going to be following up, and I'll get to the point of the game here shortly, but let's introduce all of the players. Why don't we toss it back to Jess to introduce themselves and their character.
All right. So hi everyone. My name is Jess. I go by Jess the Human on most social media platforms. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and today I am playing Prakiji. He is I wouldn't call him too much of a troublemaker, but he's definitely a show-off. He likes being up in everyone's business. He is also a barbarian. And I'm going to go ahead and toss it over to Mana.
Oh boy, me. Okay. My name is Nana. I go by at Mana Lorian, at Mana_Lorian. Yeah, already messing up the words. On Twitter and most of the internet things. I am playing a G today. They are a cleric of life. And they just want everyone to, get along and be nice to each other. And not fight amongst themselves or against really anybody else. And I'm gonna popcorn it over to Lou.
Hey, I'm Lou. I'll be playing, oh my god, Omith today. He's a bard. He's a bard, and I wouldn't trust much of what he has to say. Lying is kind of second nature to him. You can find me at on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at has1braincell. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Sid.
Right, Sid is going to take a drink. Priority.
Absolutely.
Hi guys, I'm Sid. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Sundance Sid. And today I will be playing Ipo, Kobold Monk. Ipo is Ipo. Very, very lucky, but Ipo is Ipo. And with that, I'll just popcorn it over to Alex.
Hoi hoi, I'm Alex. You can find me on social media as at Roll4Alex. You can find me on the Twitch sphere as Roll4Alex with a 3 instead of an E. Long story, don't worry about it. Don't ask too many questions. But today I will be playing Sneck, the kobold rogue, who was determined to be the greatest thief there ever was, and is planning to be very bubbly and enthusiastic about this endeavor.
Awesome. Well, a couple of things. First, because this is Jess's first barbarian, and because Mana is celebrating her 10th character online and 30th character ever, everyone's going to start with inspiration.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Well, thank
Make sure you mark those
Inspiration.
off, because I'll forget. So you are all part of the Osh'un clan or tribe, however you want to put it, a group of kobolds that have you live in like a domain of a dragon and do things for the dragon, as kobolds do, right? And that dragon's name is Dinnerenex. Probably won't come into play, but you never know, so you might want to keep track. For the longest time, we're talking generations, the Ocean's tribe has always been kind of the lowest tribe on the totem pole. You get the worst accommodations. You live like in the bowels of this mountain, and essentially the way to improve your social status was to win this contest in order to have the honor of taking care of Dinner-Renex's egg until it hatched. And so these competitions and the ability for a tribe to move up or down happen fairly rarely because it's up to Dinner-Renex to have an egg and bring it here and place it for you to grab from the other tribes and then protect it. So for the first time ever, about 2 weeks ago, the Oceans tribe won this competition and gained this new status amongst Dinner-Rex's now I can't even do it. Dinner-Renex's kingdom. And so you've moved in to your new digs. You're hanging out there today. You have this much wider expanse that the river flows past or through areas rather than landing at the bottom where you're essentially sleeping in the mud and stuff where your old place used to be. Very nice new place. It's mostly built of old dwarven runes. And the tribe that has, for the longest time, been either the first or second place, if they lose, they essentially get kicked down to the place of who got it. So you now have this tribe that has been, for the longest time, the winners of this game that have now moved into your old place. And there's been a couple of run-ins with them. They're not very happy. Just something to keep them in mind should you run into them today. Yes, question.
What is this tribe called? This other one?
Oh, hang on a sec. I can tell you that. I have this information. I was not expecting that question, though. They are the Skull Biters. Are there any other questions that I can answer before we dive in? Okay. So today you're hanging out, and there's quite a few of the oceans, and essentially the ocean tribe is made up of the misfits, like solo members, like that don't have families, that came in from other sections of the world. Maybe you got exiled from other tribes. It's just kind of a catch-all tribe for everyone else that isn't part of these other families. But it's really become a found family, especially in the last couple of weeks since you have worked together to cause something to happen. And so a lot of the other members have just been like super happy about this move up. They keep bringing you like extra meals and like I can't remember who the cook is, but the cook keeps bringing you like extra plates of food and cinnamon rolls, which is like their speciality. And so you're all just hanging out today, and another of your friends that helped to get the egg, Chibod, has currently drawn the duty of watching over the egg, which is not in this dwarven area where you all live, but is in a secure passage in the caverns nearby. What are you all doing today?
I'm definitely trying to like poke someone into getting into a fight with me.
Okay.
I like keeping my fighting arms, strong.
Do you have non-fighting arms too?
That's a secret that I'm not willing to disclose.
That's fair. Anyone else have plans that they're doing, or are you just hanging out?
I'm try to run away from Prekiji. No, Ipo doesn't want to fight today. Ipo roll dice. You want dice? We can gamble dice.
Right, now what if we were to fight and then roll dice?
No. Ipa, go.
I think I would be, if I like had caught wind of this, trying to convince Prakiji to not fight other people.
Right, but then what am I supposed to be fighting?
Couldn't you just, take time for yourself, relax, build your inner strength, in case we needed to defend the egg again, or just, kind of find inner strength within yourself instead of, outwardly fighting our friends.
Right, I actually don't know what inner strength is. I really like having outer strength. That's the thing that I like. That's what makes Prakiji. Outer strength.
What if you picked up and tossed boulders instead of hurting our friends?
I guess I look to see a small boulder that looks like I could probably move it. And I'm just gonna go and squat and put my arms around it and see if I can safely lift.
There's less boulders in here. You look around to begin with, trying to find boulders because you're used to just having rocks laying around and mud flowing by and such, like your bed pallet. And you look around and there's actual furnishing here. There's chairs. There are beds in the bedrooms. There are large chests for keeping things in. There are big statues made out of stone of some kind. That's kind of like a boulder, right?
I'm gonna make my way over to the statue. If I can't pick that up, I'll put it, I'll try picking up a chest. If that's too light, I'll tell one of my friends to get inside. We're gonna make this work.
As you head towards the statue, it's fairly ugly. It's just like a very smooth-faced human. They have that weird nose, and their mouth is just like a line instead of having how they procreate so much. You have no idea. They're like rats, and this person seems very haughty, very well-to-do. It's really it's a good face for punching.
Maybe I'll slap it. I don't think that I want to hurt my knuckles right now if it's not up against someone else.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, so you slap the statue and it just kind of rocks on its base.
I don't slap it again.
While the slap fight is going on between Prakiji, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prakiji and the statue, what is Sneck doing?
I think at the mention of dice. Ebo, I want to play dice. I think I can win this time.
You okay. Ipo play dice. Let's go.
Yay.
Ipo play dice.
And
right.
Omus, you see all this happening. Is there anything you want to jump in on, or are you?
So, Omus likes to sell bones to other tribes. And his thing is that he will go and find rat bones, bones of small creatures. And if he can find them and if someone can bring them to him, bones of larger creatures, but he's not going to go out and hunt them himself. He's a little on the small side for a kobold. So he doesn't really like to get into the thick of things himself. But what he does is he takes them and he grinds them up and he sells them as so he'll sell ground up rat bones, dragon bone or alchemical reagents and stuff. And so at the moment he is watching all of this kind of bemused, but grinding with a mortar and pestle, grinding up some bones for sale later.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're not really sure. So this was formerly the Grimdigger compound, the tribe that lived here. They actually moved up because of your when you win, you move up one rank essentially, and so you've gone from bottom to second from bottom. But it's quite an improvement. But you don't really know why. There were just chests full of bones. So there's actually a lot of material here for you to practice on, or if you're not totally sure what some of the bones are, if you're trying to figure that out as far as being honest in your transactions with other tribes, you could do like a survival or nature check. Otherwise, if you're just like, it's bone and label it however you want.
I'm probably just going to label it however I want because
Okay.
there's zero honesty in his interactions with other tribes.
Okay. So you're grinding away, and Ipo and Snek start rolling some dice, and Prakiji's standing there watching the statue, and he's just kind of rocking, and it's swaying a little bit more, like it caught its own like momentum and is starting to like sway and spin.
Is anyone else looking at this?
I probably would have followed you.
Okay. Right now, I swear, I just hit it one time. I didn't hit it that hard, actually. I know I've been lifting weights, but I didn't think I was lifting weights this much. Should we try to stop it?
Yeah, maybe you go one side and I'll stand on the other side so that there's like, kind of both of us.
I go and put, my little hands up like 3 feet.
I'm probably not very strong either,
Right.
so I don't know how much help I'm gonna be.
Funny you should say that. Why don't you both roll an athletics check?
Which I would find.
So the skill box, which is on the left hand side of the core part of the sheet. One. So you have like your stat abilities and then skills.
All right, what am I rolling?
Athletics.
And I just click on it?
Yeah, just click on it. Nice.
Ooh, both 13s. That's
both
weird.
of you like kind of move with the motion of it, and you manage to, with your little hands, get it to stop. And right as it stops, you hear this clanging sound.
Right. Does everyone hear this?
Everyone does hear it. It keeps going too. It's not like somebody just dropped a pan and it stopped. It sounds like a bunch of pots and pans banging together, and it continues to do so.
What's that? What noise?
That's not a good sound.
Ipo, look.
Strange.
Ipo, go look. Ipo, take a look. And I grab my dice and put them in a little pouch, a special pouch, and I put those away. And I go towards the sound of the noise.
Okay. So you head out. It leads you out of this compound and into the caves that are beyond. And you follow the sound of the noise towards where the egg is being protected.
Egg?
The egg.
Okay, so what is noise?
You keep going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. As you get closer, you see several of the other kobolds of the tribe are banging pots and pans together, and they're standing outside of the alarm or the chamber where the egg is being kept.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
One of the kobolds, you check. He looks at you and he says, it's really hard to hear him, but you can see like his mouth moving.
How about stop banging pans, and maybe Ipo can hear what you're saying. I walk up to him and just grab the pots and pans. What? Alarm! Oh, alarm. Why?
Egg gone.
I peek past him.
Egg gone, Chiba dead.
And I walk back to the other group casually, and I sit back down. And I take the dice back out with Snack. Like, continue play.
Yeah, sure. What was that about?
Oh, the egg's gone.
Oh, okay. What?
Yeah, wait, huh? Wait,
What?
wait. And I run back. I
I'm
run
gonna
back.
follow.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Same.
All right. So everyone dashes out of the compound and towards the cavern that is holding the egg.
Was holding the egg.
Was holding the egg.
All
All right. Let me know if you cannot see the new map.
I can see the new map. I can.
Excellent. Excellent. Can anyone not see it?
I found it
I got it.
Perfect.
with my human eyes.
I
My
don't
human eye.
see. Oh wait,
Scroll down.
I fibbed. Yep. I now can see the new map.
All right, awesome. So as you all head in, and you're run by Chibod, who's banging pots again, or not Chibod.
Yeah, Chuck.
Sorry, you Chuck. There we go. You run in and you see that on this was like you think the clan kind of figured it was some kind of like a burial chamber for a dwarf. They really figured that out by prying open that sarcophagus and taking the dwarf's body out, and it's now in one of those chests where you found bones earlier. But this sarcophagus,
I definitely have some patches of ground dwarf bone somewhere.
there's got to be a use for it, right?
Someone will buy it.
So they decided to put the egg in the sarcophagus because what a good safe place for that, right? Nothing's going to fall on it and break it. No one's going to get into it. But you notice that the sarcophagus is open and Chibod is laying on the ground, and you see just like little wisps of like black smoke or something. You're kind of used to this because Chibod speaks to someone who is not there, and it's not like in the way that a lot of you do where you're talking to that, you know, yourself in your head or whatever. Chibod is talking to someone that none of you can see. But when Chibod does this, sometimes magic happens, and so a lot of times when that happens, these like black wispy particles will cause effects to happen. So you're not sure if Chibod is dead or not, even though Yuchek was very upset about his perishing.
Can I go check on Chibod?
Sure. Do you want to do a medicine check for me?
I do.
Nice. Yeah, Chibod is unconscious. Seems to be breathing fine. It looks like somebody knocked him out with, he has like a lump on his head. So something fairly heavy and weapon shaped, you think?
Like reduced to 0 HP knocked out, or just unconscious knocked out?
Yeah, it's reduced to 0 HP knocked out.
Cool. I'm going to cast Healing Word on him then.
Okay. Perfect.
I think that just looks like, or I will in a second, as soon as I get this to work for me. Why is that not working? What did I do with that?
While you're casting that, is anyone else doing anything?
I think that not knowing that Omuz is going to do that, I would go up and like start like trying to like press on his chest, not necessarily knowing like the beat that I'm supposed to be going to or like how hard or how soft, but I saw it once in a dramatization. So I'm going to just try to like replicate that.
Go ahead.
6
Nice.
HP.
6H? Okay. For Kiji, go ahead and make a medicine check as well.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Perfect. So you're thinking about that dramatization, and you remember that there was like a series of compressions that might save somebody, but you remember that every time you see this act in a dramatization, it's not until they are like, no, you're not gonna die on me, and like pounding on their chest with your fists that they really decide to come back to life. So you just start there, because why not?
I think maybe you're not gonna die on me yet. I don't think that I get quite into that. I want to give a true performance to my friends. So I go up and whisper to Chibad, "Hey mate, I really want you to make it through this." And I just kind of like push my fingers like this, and then as I keep going, I look around. Right, mate, now this is the time where we just are gonna have to go full force, and I think this is probably around the time when Omuz is like doing the heal, and that's when I'm like, don't you die on me!
I whisper my healing words so that you think it was you that pulled him back.
That's a true friend. That is a true friend.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Chibot's eyes spring open, and he's like, "Stop punching me!"
Mate, they were fists of love. You're back amongst the living now.
Can I do a perception check to see if I caught like
Sure.
all of the stuff that just happened, so I can just nod
Absolutely.
approvingly?
Can I do it too?
Perception.
Sure.
Oh, that was only an 8.
Yeah, the 8 totally Perkiji's fault. Or like doing.
I got a 10.
Yeah, same thing. Perkiji just beat him back to wakefulness.
Good job. You know, Ipo probably could do better, but you know, good job.
Right, mate. Ipo, this is why I need to practice with my fighting fists. So every once in a while, when I need to fight someone back to life, I can do it.
Ipo doesn't think that's how it works.
But G's just like, I might be able to train Perkiji as my apprentice. Like, this was pretty impressive.
You definitely see a hair flip. With the hair that doesn't exist on my head.
Right.
Yep.
I don't see any of this, by the way. Something got stolen under my supervision. So naturally, that means I have to find out how it was stolen.
Yeah.
And while there's a giant tunnel that we just came from, I know how I would steal it, and that's why I find the smallest crevice possible.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see if there's any kind of sneaky ways they could have come in that I haven't seen previously.
Yeah. Why don't you make an investigation check?
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad.
So you're looking around and you realize that this statue or standing sarcophagus, like you when you had all put the egg in here, you realize that these all open. Some had bones, some were empty, and they had just kind of left them. But looking around, you actually end up finding that this one, the back is fake. Like you're kind of looking around and you start knocking on that back wall and it sounds hollow.
Sneaky. Is everything okay?
Chibad sets up. I am so glad that you're here because there are adventurers trying to steal the egg. So if you could... you've probably already chased them off, haven't you? Excellent.
No, we just got here. Chibad was dead. Perkiji brought you back to life with his fists of life, I guess. But no, egg is gone. So...
Egg is gone?
Egg is gone.
Well, you gotta... he gets himself up. We gotta find it!
Okay.
We
Yeah.
can't lose egg.
No.
I put my finger up. Now, could you tell us exactly, like when they came, how they came, where they went to?
Many?
I don't know how long ago it was because I was unconscious, but there were dozens of them and they just swarmed out of the darkness, and I had no chance to even defend myself before I was knocked unconscious.
Can I tell if he's lying?
Sure, make a insight check.
So it seems like an exaggeration.
Some of what he has said is the truth. Some of it is obviously exaggeration. You're pretty sure the dozens of creatures swarming out of the shadows was not true.
So I'm going to get like really close to him and I'm going to say, what would help us get the egg back in this moment is an exact, and I'm going to like whisper so that no one else can hear me, and is an exact number of how many people were in this room.
4. There were 4 of them.
Thank you very much. And then I will back up.
4 dozen.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna ask. Walk over and I'm gonna ask. Where were you before you came in here? You were on guard duty.
To Chibod or to you,
To Chibod.
Yeah, he. I was on guard duty, and Uchak was watching the tunnel. I was sitting on the sarcophagus because I figured that would be the best place to make sure no one got into it. And then, bong, and I was out like a light.
How long had you been on duty before you got knocked over the head? Would you say roughly?
A couple of hours.
Couple of hours. And how long has it been for us since he started working?
Like how long are shifts?
Right.
Typically.
Yeah.
So usually they're watching in like shifts of 4 or 5 hours. And so you think about it, and it's probably only been maybe 30 minutes.
So it's only been about 30 minutes since the egg was taken then?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And you can, Uchek is standing there, so he says, yeah, it was not long after I walked out into the tunnel to make sure that the tunnel was safe that I heard the clang, and then there was a grinding noise, and then a slam, and then they were just gone.
It went over here, probably.
Over there?
Right here. Right here.
Are they still in there?
Let's find out.
I don't see them.
No, they like there's a false back. It's okay. It's not your it's not your craft. I understand. If you study with me longer, maybe. But no, this if you see and trying to make a show of like the false back and everything.
Nice. Yeah, it's not obvious to them, even though you're pointing it out, but at this point now, you're just like, oh yeah, this goes there, and this is how I open it.
Good job. Good job.
I'm very good at what I do.
Yes, Ipo believes you.
No, but like I'm really good. Tell me I'm good.
I come over and I give
good.
you a pat on the back. That's a good snack now. Do you want to be the first to go in through that false back then?
Me?
Ipo's already in there.
Ipo,
lead the way. Come on.
snack.
All
right.
Ipo is going to go first. I'm going to look at him and say, Ipo, I'm really inspired by your go-get-it attitude, and I'm going to give you bardic inspiration.
Nice. Thank you. Ipo tries. Onward.
I whisper to Snake, that should have been yours. Just know that you're doing great, mate. And I just do a little peek, like a little pinch of the cheeks.
Just happy sounds. Yay.
All right. So you follow this very thin tunnel. It looks like it's been carved out roughly, as opposed to like your dwarven ruins that you live in are very finely carved and crafted. And this room with the sarcophagus was also pretty well made. but a lot of the caves around there are just either natural or roughly carved out. It wraps around. While it's wrapping around, is there anything that you need to do as far as preparation? Does anyone have anything they want to do?
I think I saunter over to Omu's and go probably clap him on the back. Right.
I fully like skip forwards a step because I'm just so small.
Oh,
like when a person who's much bigger like claps you on the back and you're like, oh, okay, wasn't expecting that.
As they do that, I readjust how hard I was going to clap on the back, and it's more of just like a pet at this point, so a little awkward. But I go, now, what kind of what are the bones that we're selling today, then, mate?
The bones that we're selling today. Great question.
What are the bones that we're actually selling? And I give him a wink.
I have some ground up bones of a saint, which is what I've been calling the dwarf bones. And you see as I open the bag, do a little like prestidigitation to give him a sort of ethereal holy glow. And then just the usual dragon's bones, newt, whatever else I feel like the person will want to buy. Kind of, you know?
I nod along approvingly.
And obviously, if you can keep an eye out for some fun or interesting looking bones while we're out, I'm more than happy to pay you for them.
Did I hear you say that?
Yeah, sure. I don't think we're being subtle about it.
After their souls have been properly sent to their deity, of course. Right?
Of course.
Right.
Do you charge more for that?
Do I? For soulless bones? Depends.
Just seems like it's a whole lot of extra work.
Oh, I do that piece.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah.
About this time in the conversation, you come to the end of the tunnel. It just looks like flat rock.
Now, was anyone actually trekking to see like footprints or I don't know, other escape routes?
Ipo can do it, probably. Ipo will try.
Yeah, go ahead and do a survival check.
Ipo does survival check. What does Ipo get? Ipo gets 7.
7. Oddly enough, that's enough to realize that there have definitely been footprints through here. It's just not quite enough to realize what kind of prints they are. Like, they're definitely humanoid, but beyond that, it's just there's a good amount of them, and they've kind of marred each other, so it's hard to tell.
I start pointing and said, Ipo found footsteps, but Ipo does not know who they belong to. That one looks like Ipo's, actually. And I look at my foot. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little forked twig out of my pocket, and
Okay.
I'm gonna spin around in a little circle with it, and I'm gonna cast locate object on the egg.
Okay.
Ooh.
Very nice. It brings you not quite towards that door, but like the wall. Not quite towards the wall. Like it's kind of facing off a little to the left, but definitely not back the way you came.
So I kind of like spin, and then I stop by the wall, and I say, Snack, do you think you could do that trick? Maybe there's something here like there was in the where we came from with the egg in it?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it says that it's this way. I don't know.
I trust your stick. Sure. I'm sure. I'm sure there's something there. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Like I put my ear to the wall and start rapping.
Yeah. It does sound like stone. It's a little harder to tell, but go ahead and do an investigation check.
Okay.
It's just paper mache and you walk through it.
Oh God.
You just like fall through.
Right. It takes you a little longer than with the sarcophagus. It's stone, but if they went this way, there has to be a way through it, right? And it's about that time you realize there is a seam. Like you can see the outline of a door. Maybe this is a button?
Prakiji, maybe you can punch this wall down.
I come over and I start, getting the old punching hands ready. And then I hit it with my left hand.
Okay.
Right there.
Are you going to point out where to hit it? Okay. You sock the wall. Let's do a athletics check. Nice. I mean, you've had a lot of practice today punching stone things, or at least slapping that one statue, right? And so you punch where Snack told you, and you feel it just slide into the wall. And you hear a click, and the stone of the wall goes and opens.
I do some finger guns at Sneck and I mouth, "I'm proud of you."
Finger crossbows.
Yes.
Figure crossbows.
Outside are a set of stairs that go down into a very heavily webbed area. You recognize this because Uchek actually had set up some giant spiders as part of the defense of this area. So you know you're close to your compound area.
Have we seen these stairs before in our day-to-day? Okay.
I mean, not on a day-to-day, but during your explorations of your new home, you've like kind of mapped out where things are, and each of you has kind of taken some time to help set up some defenses. And so like this is obviously Omuz's, or not Omuz's. Who did I say? Did I say Omuz? I didn't mean to if I did.
Uchek, I think.
Uchek, yeah. So what do you do?
Would my spell still be working?
It would, yeah. You have 10 minutes as long as you're concentrating. So it's been maybe half a minute.
All right, so I would say, like, the stick still says that it's this way. If we want to follow the magic.
I would like to make a perception check on this room.
Sure. And as far as you can tell, this is the direction that the stick is trying to send you.
Okay.
16.
16. So you look around and you actually notice that there's some signs of combat, of violence. Some of the webs are kind of ripped up. There's some like black goop just kind of sprayed against some of the walls and like puddled on the floor. You don't see any of the spiders that might be here or should be here.
Do we want to try to be sneaky about this?
That one say sneaky?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think we should try and be sneaky about this.
Although I don't think it's because of the spiders. I think the spiders are gone.
But even for, the tall ones.
Okay.
I go from walking like I have no cares in the world to walking like I have a care in the world. And so I wouldn't say that I'm super stealthy about me, but I'm doing my best.
Okay. Are you wanting to follow that trail that the stick is pointing you towards?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Everyone else good with that?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if everyone's going to try and be sneaky, go ahead and make a group stealth check.
I would like to stealth check.
I have a +0.
18.
So,
Oh wow, I got a net. Man, it should have been an advantage.
I rolled a 17.
I was gonna say you rolled a 17 and a 19. You have disadvantage, but that's amazing. Yeah, everyone's doing very well. You head down that tunnel, and it becomes fairly obvious that some tracks are in this area that are not kobold tracks. They're larger and they're wearing boots. And it heads away from this spider area that Uchek had set up, and you're getting near this next area where Omus had set up a defense. What was your defense that you set up, Omus?
My defense that I had set up was, I think I probably just rigged up a bunch of like falling bone traps, like sharpened bone that were designed to like fall out of nets and stuff on top of people. I would have hidden it with a minor illusion
Okay.
of some description.
So is it meant to do damage or just be more of an alert?
I think it would be more of an alert, but it probably would do like, I don't know, like a little bit of damage, not a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So as you get closer to it, you do notice that some of these footprints are actually a little bloody, and it looks like they get bloodier as you go towards the area that you're heading towards. But the footprint is heading back the way you came from. Why don't you do a group survival check? Nice.
We can do no wrong. These rolls
Right?
have been so well. I swear to God, if we roll 1s and 2s during combat, I'm
Right?
going to have a fit.
So it becomes pretty obvious that some of those bones, as they fell, like somebody stepped on some and probably injured their feet. But it was when they were heading towards, and now that they're heading back, like it had slowly like not healed itself, but they had like stopped bleeding. The wound had stopped, and so perhaps one of them is a little hindered as far as their movement goes.
I'm going to pick up some of the bones that have blood on them.
Okay.
And just put them into my bone bag.
Okay. Nice. And then you enter into this like fairly, it's more like a wide hallway as opposed to like a large cavern or larger cave room or anything like that. And there's just bits of bone kind of everywhere, and you notice the ones that really got stepped on. And on the other end of this hallway is another smaller doorway that leads further out of your area. Oddly enough, that's the area that Snack had set up for defense. What's your defense look like there, Snack?
What I imagined, or at least what I wanted it to be, was if someone had stepped on a tile, how to have like spears come from either side of the walls if possible. And not only should that harm somebody, maybe possibly trap, but you could look really cool trying to crawl through it and like get over top of the remaining spears, because once they're out, they're out.
Nice.
And they're locked in and stuff.
Okay. As you go through this tunnel, it kind of winds around, and there's still time on your concentration. Aji, is that right? Okay. making sure I got my characters right in my head. And so you're following it, and it does keep pointing in the same direction, but like you have to follow the way that the tunnels go, and so it keeps pointing you off towards the wall, and then you'll start heading that way as the cave turns that way, but then you'll go back this way, and you enter into this kind of weird room, almost like it was either carved out by someone who was drunk, or they just kind of smooth the walls down of this natural formation, but the ceiling is kind of sits at a weird angle, and one of the walls is just completely rough and the other one's smooth. And Sneck had hid these spears mostly in the rough wall because it was easier to not be seen, and then out of like rough areas in the ceiling, all of these spears are sticking out, and you notice that there are like dangling bits of cloth, and those spears have a little bit of blood on them. It definitely caught someone and injured them, but didn't like, either they were taken, their body was taken, or they survived the trap.
Dang it. This close. And I'm going to try to like weave my way through the spears just for fun, because we're here and why not?
We're
not doing anything important.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not at all.
Acrobatics.
Nice. Watching Snack go through this is like just watching a snake writhe its way through this like weird forest of pencils or spears or whatever. Everyone else can just, kind of walk through and not deal with it, but
in all actuality, it's super easy to get by. But
all right, so as you head up, you kind of have to, even as kobolds, the taller of you have to kind of crouch down to get through the exit on the far side, and shortly thereafter it opens back up into a wide hallway. Not long after that, you reach an area where Prakiji had to set up some defenses.
Yeah.
Prakiji, what kind of defenses were those?
Mine were wire trips. So you trip a wire, and then a big bag of like bees honey falls on you, and you're like, oh no, I'm all full of the honey. And then you trip another one, and a big bag of like partially ground up bones from Omus falls on you. So now you're like, oh no, I'm all covered in honey, and also, ow, that's a bone sticking out of my eye.
Fair. All right, so as you get closer, there are definitely signs of like sticky footprints. There's bone bits kind of hanging off. And
like some of these honey bones.
Right. Essentially, because you're going backwards through time, at the end where there's just a pile of this stuff. Almost like they had used some kind of effect and prestidigitationed it off of them. But you do notice that there are little flecks of blood on some of those bone pieces. Make a perception check. Okay, good to know. Yeah, that's what you've noticed.
Okay.
And as you enter that room, there's just bone bits and honey sprayed everywhere.
Good.
This room actually has multiple exits. There is the main one that you would consider if you were heading back to your compound. You would take that. It's like a larger, more well carved out area. And then there's it's almost like a crack in the wall. And having explored that way, you do know that there are rooms over there that are connected to this compound, but they're not like, that crack wasn't meant to be a hallway. Which way do you want to go? What do you want to do in this room?
Aji has made it fiercely known that she is smarter than me. Not in a mean way, but I am a bag of bones and honey at this point. I am following Aji.
Okay.
And is my spell still working or no?
It is. You're actually getting near the end. You probably have a couple minutes left.
Okay. So I would say I think the magic's gonna run out soon. But it is still in this direction and kind of like point my stick in the direction that the egg is.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's going back in the direction that would take you closer to your compound. It's more you would probably want to go through the crack in the wall. You all good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you climb through the crack in the wall and you notice there's like some scrapes of like if metal were to rub against stone. And as you come out the far side, this is the room that Ipo had set up for defense. What did Ipo do?
All right, so this is a 3-pronged trap. Right.
Okay.
So first, there's a very obvious trigger for a pitfall trap.
Okay.
That makes you move around it to a slightly less obvious trigger for a pitfall trap.
Okay.
That makes you move to a very inconspicuous trigger for a arrow trap.
Gotcha. So 2 fake pitfalls.
No, they're very real.
Oh, they actually are. Okay.
They're real, but the first one is to make you, oh, that's a trap. Let's slide over this way. And the next one is, and if you're not paying attention, you'll fall into that pitfall trap. Then if you fall into that pitfall trap or notice it, you're like, oh, okay, that's another trap. Let's move around. And then the third trap is the one that's really hidden. That you trigger it, and it's just the arrows in the walls fire out.
Gotcha. All right. So as you climb out of this crack that goes through the wall and stand up, you look around the room. Both of the pitfall traps are still covered. However, there are arrows littering the far side of the wall, and there are a couple that have blood on them that are lying near where you climb out. Almost like somebody had been shot with the arrows and then tore them out and threw them on the ground.
I pick them up and examine them to see how dry they are.
Pretty.
Ipo's track kind of worked. Huh? Nice.
All right. So out of this room is it's actually kind of like an intersection. There is a trio of doors or doorways. You can go left, right, or straight from the crack in the wall. I think you can get one more reading off of the locate object. Yeah.
So I just say, before the spell runs out, it's this way, and I would point to whichever one, and then I would put the stick back in my pocket.
Okay. So as you walk towards where it's pointing, it's kind of like pointing between the left and or the right and the center door, and then it just goes like this.
Uh-oh. Did they break the egg? That will be really bad if they broke the egg. Can we get another egg?
I don't think Dragon Boss would like it if we tried to switch egg out.
I think we would be eaten.
Yeah, possibly.
It's what I was thinking too.
It's very easy to disappear. Just to leave and disappear and integrate yourself into another community. So we could always do that.
That was oddly specific.
Do you have experience with this?
I know some people.
Huh. I look at the group, and I go, no experience at all. What are you talking about? Anyway, which way should we go?
Can I do a perception check to see if I can tell which door they went through by like blood or honey or any number of things that they've stepped in or
Sure. Well, I mean,
has
so
come
technically
from
you're going,
themselves?
you're following their trail backwards. So all of those things happened after they went this way. And now they've
Okay.
gone back, but they knew to avoid those things. So it's really, why don't we do this? Nearby is the room that you would have trapped. What would you have done in that room?
So I was trying to find, and I don't necessarily have any spells on here that do the thing that I wanted to do. So I would have had to maybe like make a potion that does this instead.
Okay.
So when they walk through the door, you know how they have like in movies, like when they walk through the door and it triggers like a bucket that falls,
Right.
but instead it's potions. And so because I'm very like, let's not hurt each other and let's all be nice, it would have been like a sleeping potion that just like
Gotcha.
knocks people out
Right.
instead of hurting them.
Okay.
I don't have a sleep spell, but I was hoping that I could, have made like a potion of it that
Yeah.
would have been like in.
Well, and you have other people in the tribe to call upon to help you with things, and you have allies in other tribes. So I feel like that's a thing that you could have come up with in the last couple of weeks. Absolutely. You don't see any signs. Actually, go ahead and make a perception check. You definitely don't see any signs of anyone sleeping in this room. You notice this like barely bare difference, so close, where it's just slightly pointing more towards the middle door as it does its thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, based on how many times I've used this spell and what I see from my surroundings, I think it's this middle door. And is the middle door the one that would have had my trap in it, or no?
It is. Yep.
So I also warn everyone to be careful of sleeping potions falling from the sky.
Okay.
Up
And then
on
I
room.
kind of look around.
All right. Are you all heading down the middle doorway?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this actually leads into this. It's not a staircase, but more like the spiraling ascent. It would have spiraled down if you were coming into this area. So you begin walking up, and you finally get to an opening that it continues to spiral up, but there's an opening that has a room that Aji had trapped. And you glance in, and you see on the far wall, like above the door, there is the potion bucket. So it has not been set off.
Darn, I was really waiting to hear that there was someone in there sleeping.
Right.
I had my slapping hand ready.
Now, whether they came through here and didn't set it off, like they saw it and managed to get by it, or they came from a different way further up the spiral case, the knot stairs,
The not stairs.
you're not totally sure.
I kind of see the bucket, and I just look like everyone's traps had gone off so well, and I kind of look a little like upset about it.
So, quick question.
Mhm.
With prestidigitation,
Mhm.
I can create up to 3 trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider small glass bottles to be trinkets?
Sure.
So if I'm going to create 3 of those. I'm going to, I feel like Epo would be the best at this. I'm going to say, hey Epo, can you get that bucket down without spilling it?
Ikpo could try. Ikpo will try.
Okay. Why don't you do a, let's call it an acrobatics check, since you're gonna like kind of run up and grab it and come back
Alright.
down monk style.
Okay. What did Ipo get? Ipo got a
Nice.
dirty 20. So I just bounce up the wall, grab it, do a flip with it still in my hand, and then just lands without spilling a drop. Ipo got it.
Yeah, it barely
Wow.
even like moves in the bucket. But as soon as Ipo lands, Aji, you realize that the liquid inside is not the same color as your sleeping liquid.
Can I look at that for a second?
Yeah, it's kind of like a sickly green color, as opposed to this kind of tranquil blue that your liquid had been.
It's supposed to be blue. Like, my scale's kind of blue. That's not blue.
Yeah,
Can I
that's green
do-
apple.
A perception check or
Yeah.
medicine check, some kind of check.
You want to try and figure out what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, do a do you have Arcana?
I have a +0.
Okay. Do you have Nature?
Also +0. I have
Cool,
0
do one of
intelligence.
those
I'm
two.
really smart.
Could I
We'll
give
go.
advantage? Maybe I've seen like a dramatic reading or a performance of this. Could I
Sure.
help her out?
Yeah, if you want to help, and the two of you kind of stand around it.
Ooh, I accidentally hit it twice.
Oh,
but
okay. Well, that's good because the bottom numbers
15.
were ugly. 15. You're pretty sure it's some kind of acid.
I did not put this in here.
Can I
I'm
have
gonna
glass
try filling-
bottle?
I think it's acid, and
I'm gonna try
I
filling.
would not hurt people.
Ipo would.
I would say, like, I'm taking like steps back from the bucket. Like,
What is it? It's
think
not.
I think it's acid.
Ooh. Acid
Hey,
could be useful.
Ipo,
Yes.
do you want to try filling one of the bottles?
I guess Ipo fill bottle. It's fine. Fill the
But
bottle.
Okay.
What
So
happened to my sleeping potion then?
why don't, if anyone wants to try and figure out what happened to the sleeping potion, do an investigation check. And Ipo, do an sleight of hand check to try and do the
thing.
dip without getting
21.
Nice. Yeah. You barely even see like a ripple across the surface of the poison as you dip it in there and pull out the vial.
See? Ipo lucky.
The other two?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and do them both at the same time or one after another?
I'll do both at the same time.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another sleight of hand.
All right. Quickly, what's the dice for the Bardic Inspiration?
A D6.
All right, cool. Let's see. Let's roll that. Which one is which? 22.
dang.
Got him.
Nice. Yeah.
Don't need it.
There's a
People
little
lucky.
bit more, like just a bare bit more of the ripple across as you swiped them both through, but easy peasy.
Ipo, you're good at throwing things, right? You throw good?
Ipo throw all right. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hold on to those?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ipo hold.
And investigations, we had a 14, 7, and 8. Okay. So looking around, the three of you kind of help one another. Did Snack roll, or is Snack not doing anything right now?
Oh, I didn't roll it. I wasn't sure if we all were or not.
Okay, do you wanna
There we
roll?
go. Yes.
Okay. So the four of you are kind of looking around, and together you notice that the way that the trap is now set up is a little different than the way that Aji had set it up. Almost like someone had disabled it and put it back together, but didn't really get it back together in a way that Aji had set it up.
Someone messed with my trap.
It was too good of a trap. They had to make it easier for other people.
Are there any noticeable, like, so we can definitely discern if there's like footprints and stuff. If someone were to have like laid down, do we see any like dirt that someone has like very clearly laid in?
Gotcha. Let's see. You don't really see anything obvious, no.
Okay. I look at Aji and I make a face like, sorry that this happened. But then I say, right, we should actually probably get going. This egg, we really got to get the egg.
I agree.
Sorry.
So which way do you want to go? Do you want to go through this now untrapped doorway or back up the spiral staircase? I'm just going to call it a staircase.
I look at Sneck. Because Sneck had just like really good intuition earlier. And I say, right, Sneck, what do you think?
Well, they're trying to get out of here, right? So I'm guessing we should just keep following up. Probably where they're trying to get to.
Everybody all right with it?
Yeah. Ipo's fine.
I'll like nod my head and I'm walking with like my head down.
Oh.
Just like
I go over and I say, now, Aji, I mean, look, not all of the trips are ever gonna work, but remember that trip that you did like 3 weeks ago? You caught like 3 adventurers. So I say don't worry about it. You're all good in my book.
Yeah.
thank you. Okay. And I'll like pick my head up and do like a little march.
Nice.
My short little kobold legs.
So the group, everyone's going that direction, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The group starts heading up the spiral, and it empties out. What is everyone's passive perception?
Oh, can I walk with the bucket? My passive perception is 12, but can I also just walk with the bucket?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ipo has the bucket.
It's a nice bucket.
Yes.
My passive is also 12.
12 for me too.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
11.
Who is 13?
Snack.
Okay. So, Snack, you catch it first. There are voices as you kind of near the top of the spiral. Very hushed voices speaking. Can't quite make out what they're saying yet, but there's somebody nearby.
Everybody shut up. Listen. Can you hear that?
Can
Okay.
I like soccer mom whoever's behind me? Just like, put my arm out.
Who's walking behind Aji?
I probably would, because I was, trying to make Aji feel a little bit better.
Yeah. So throws the brakes on, stops, doesn't spill the poison bucket because it wasn't Ipo. And Snack has said that there are voices. And now that you listen, yeah, there's definitely somebody talking.
What can we tell what language they're speaking?
It's kind of difficult to hear from here. It's a little too far away.
I can sneak off ahead. I'm very sneaky. I'm not sure if you know this. And maybe I can get a head count.
Yeah. Let us know who they are.
I can ask their names.
No.
No,
shake
no,
my
no.
head.
Mm-mm.
No,
I
no,
asked
no.
their names.
Don't
Okay.
talk to him at all.
I start feeling around on my person for like a piece of paper and like a quill so
Mhm.
that Sneck can like write down what they're saying if it's in a language that Sneck can understand.
Gotcha.
I'm also going to cast Bless
Oh, nice.
on Sneck and Epo and Prakiji, because it's 3 people, I think.
Okay.
So to agree with what I'm saying, I have I can cast Disguise Person on myself. So, Snake, if you can figure out who they are, I can cast Disguise Person on myself, go up and distract them while the rest of you kind of get in position to attack them. If they're bad, how's that sound for a plan getting forward?
Okay, take bucket.
You're doing such a great job of holding that bucket. I'd hate to rob you of the great job and the great responsibility of holding the acid bucket.
Okay, Ipo, keep bucket.
And before sneaks off, I'm going to look at her and say, you're the quickest, the quietest, stealthiest person we have, and I'm sure you're absolutely going to nail this. And
Absolutely.
Bardic Inspiration.
Yes.
Nice. D6?
I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so glad I have such good friends who support me and my hobbies, and I don't think I'd be
My
here today
hobbies.
without any of you all. And I just am really.
I pat Sneck on the shoulder and I say, yes, so actually the award ceremony actually happens after we have retrieved the egg, and that is when you give your speech. But there was a really good practice round.
Sure, absolutely. I'll get it down at some point. I'm gonna be getting a lot of awards because I will be the greatest thief alive. So I will be right back.
Before the bless runs wears off, you gotta go.
Oh yeah, I'm going. Bye.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay. So stealth it.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Okay. Where? All right, so not everyone can see this, even though you're going to see it here in a moment. Sneck is the only one who is able to. Everyone else is back here out of you're further down the ramp that's back there. But Sneck, you kind of sneak out and you notice across that bridge and over and this chamber is actually as you sneak up, everything becomes a little more illuminated because there's these fungus, bioluminescent fungus that grow in here, and there's some crystals that seem to have picked up the same properties as they've grown out of the areas that the fungus are in. So this area is actually kind of dimly lit, and you notice a tiefling and a half elf and a drow and a dwarf, all standing over around what looks like a strange box.
Am I familiar with this box?
No?
Okay.
Just to double check, can you see them on the map?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And they seem to be talking to each other in hushed tones.
Can I hear them yet?
You can. It kind of echoes around the room. It is a very large chamber. They are speaking common. Do you speak common?
Do I speak common? I do. Oh, I do actually.
Okay.
I do.
They're just kind of whispering. Okay, so this is where they said to bring it, and they're not here, and I want to get paid for this. So, should we hang out or should we go? I'm sure someone else will buy it. And they're kind of going back and forth about this.
as I eavesdrop, I'm pressing another hobby of mine, very close to my heart, art. And I'm trying to draw this image before me since I was given paper. It's stick figures. But I do my very best here, realizing that there also might be a clock on this. It's like, it's okay. The craft doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. It's okay. We will take this back. They're gonna love it. They're your friends. Okay, let's go. It's hightail it back to share the good news.
I feel like because Zoom now has the whiteboard, we should have you draw it on the whiteboard, but I think that'll mess up the cameras for Jess.
It's true.
So
It's true. We won't do that. But in
Right.
our heart of hearts, we all know.
maybe I know what
Alex
I'll do.
can draw it later and put it on Twitter for
Right.
all of us.
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so Snack, you sneak back down to everyone.
Yes. Do you want me to do another roll for it?
No, you're
Okay.
you're just fine.
I'm super sneaky. Okay, so first off, check this out. Bam! I'm gonna show off the picture. Look at the perspective.
You've done really well.
Haven't I
This is
come
beautiful.
far? I just started 3 days ago, so this is amazing.
I have a place where I store all of my food. May I hang this on it?
Yes. And just shakily hand it over. So there was a dwarf and a tiefling and Alex already forgot a half elf and a drow, and there was this really strange box, and they're talking about how they're supposed to meet somebody and they're going to get paid one way or another. I'm not sure who they're meeting though. They didn't say that.
Did you see the egg at all?
Nope, just the box.
Did it look like it was big/small enough to fit an egg inside?
Can I look at the drawing?
You see the at first I was like, yes, Sneck has drawn this and we're going to support our friend Sneck. And then all of the support just leaves my body and I'm like, are you fucking with me?
I have a 0 intelligence modifier. Okay? A +0. This all makes perfect sense to me.
Well, okay, Snack, this is good job. Ipo go get Ipo go axe. Yeah, Ipo go axe. And I saunter on out.
Hold up,
Wait,
hang
wait,
on,
wait,
hang on,
you say-
whoa, whoa.
I think
It's,
we need a plan.
Ipo go say, hey, do you have egg? If they say yes, I ask for egg back. If they, what could go wrong? Ipo go ask for egg.
Love it. Love the plan. couple of suggestions.
Start walking again. Ipo go ask for
I
egg.
agree. Grab
Oh, no.
Ipo by the collar.
Couple of suggestions there, Ipo. I'll make myself look like someone else that's not a kobold, and I'll go talk to them because people don't like talking to people they've just robbed.
I'm nodding along. Makes
And
sense.
then while I'm talking to them, if they're mean, Ipo can come up and then he can fight them.
I guess. I don't know. I think Ipo's plan is better, but hey, okay. If that's what Omos wants to do, then Ipo's fine.
Excellent. I'm gonna hit up now. In 5 minutes, if you want to sneak up after me.
Should we
Sound good?
have a code word in case something bad happens before those 5 minutes?
I'm very self-conscious, so it is imperative that nobody sees me when I cast Disguise Person on myself.
Okay. That's a really long safe word, but
Again, the fuck that I had has left the station for Sneck. Right now,
Hang on,
what if we
I
say
have-
the egg? The egg. Just can you
Tell
shit
you
that
what.
out to us?
I have the shatter spell, so if something goes wrong, I'll just cast that, come running when you hear an explosion, or come running in 5 minutes.
Ipo doesn't think that's a good idea to cash for shatter. Does Ipo know what shatter is? Ipo doesn't know. If Ipo knows. All right, I guess. Okay, cool. That's good.
So
Nick.
my question for Omus is, are you using Sneck's wonderful drawing to base your disguised self?
Oh yes, that's the other important thing I need to mention to the group. You won't recognize me when you come up from the up from the tunnel, because my spellcasting's really, really good. So I will be the one that is not a dwarf, a half elf, a drow, or what was the last one?
Tiefling.
Or a tiefling,
Or a box.
or a box.
There's 2 boxes. I don't know what to do.
I will not be one of those 5 things.
I raise an eyebrow and I say, "Come here for a second. Are we gonna be a halfling?"
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Make a Constitution save, Omus.
Oh my god. Hang on, my computer's just decided it wants to be funny.
Oh no.
Oh.
Did Lou say the gig with the Omus at the beginning? Because Omus is not a kobold.
I did not say that, no.
For our audience, I ask because of the Ocean's 5, I am the only one that knows other than Omus for obvious reasons.
But does Omus know that you know?
No.
I don't think so.
They
That's
know
what
that
the
we
con
know that
save
they
is
know.
for. Yes. So for Kiji, you're leaning in and sweat starts dripping down. And it's kind of like becomes a little paler where it's running, almost like the paint is fading away. Omus, what do you do?
I leave.
Hmm?
I walk off before anyone else can ask me any questions.
Okay.
Like, this is the plan. I'm going, as soon as I am out of sight, Almost wears a lizard skull half mask. And instead of casting Disguise Self, I take the mask off. I have a sort of prosthetic lower lizard jaw that I take off. I take a cloth out. I just use prestidigitation just to sort of clean myself off as I get out of this outfit. And you see a halfling walk out into the open area and starts to make his way across the bridge towards the group of adventurers. Myself quickly. As I sort of approach, I'm going to try and look sort of worried and kind of concerned. And when I see, as I walk up to the group, I go, "Oh, good people who aren't kobolds. Oh my God, I've been stuck down here for hours. Do you guys know how I'm so lost? Can you help me?"
Nice. let's do. I'm gonna have you roll. You can choose. You could do a deception check or a performance check.
I will roll a deception check.
And as you're rolling that, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Does that sound right? Cool.
Sounds good. All right, y'all, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 5 short minutes. Welcome back. This is Osh'un's 5, a story about 5 kobolds doing a backwards heist. I think that's what we would call this.
It's a reheist.
Yeah.
You're reheisting
Yeah.
from the heist that you got heisted from. Something
Yeah.
like that.
There's many layers of heist involved here. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a heist onion,
Yeah.
you know?
Do we want to do a
Slayers.
super short recap?
Sure. Who wants to recap?
Oh God, no.
I'm curious.
Goes.
I have 3 pages of notes. I'm not sure that's a short recap.
Well, you took notes, so you should recap.
We were
I
all
also have notes, but not 3 pages. Go, Alex.
You could split it if you'd like.
well, feel free to chime in at any given point. Quick, here we go. Talking fast. We were all hanging out. Group of kobolds, kind of, sort of, maybe. We were enjoying some downtime. Jess's character, why can't I remember it now? Prakiji slapped a statue around. We were concerned. It's gonna fall over. Turns out it's fine. We heard alarms of hands being hit. We rush over, find out, oh no, the egg that we were supposed to protect, stolen. Not good news. Thought someone was dead, not dead. We find a secret way that the adventurers came in, not killed our friend. We have been going in reverse, trying to figure out where the adventurers who have stolen our dragon egg have gone off to. It was a set of perilous traps that have already been sprung. We managed to skirt around them just fine. Aji found Yuzu's find object, and so we were able to avoid most of the mystery of where the egg went up until most recently. We continued to go up the stairs and found a group of adventurers who Sneck, my character, expertly did a picture of, and now Omuz is going to be disguised as a halfling, pretending to be a lost person in the dungeon, and do an Ippo has been very brave in carrying around a bucket of acid, which was left behind on one of our traps. Did I miss anything?
Yes, next art is going on my food box.
Right?
Good. Yes, good. I hope there's like alphabet magnets.
I think the only thing that I feel a little disappointed about is I thought you actually had disguised self, and I wanted you to cast it using her art, and then come out as like this horrible monstrosity stick person that is just
You
terrifying.
have disguised self, and they have it just as an excuse to take the costume off occasionally.
Nice. All right. So as Omuz heads across the stone bridge and is like, help, I've been stuck down here. I'm lost. Can you get me out of here? That's the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you see this group of people that are surrounding this ornate box, and it has like handles on either side, almost like somebody could stand on either side of it and carry that side with the handles. And 2 of them spin towards you and pull out weapons, and the other 2, one just raises their fists towards you, and the other, which is the dwarf, begins to chant some words and move their hands around. But then the one who raises the fists up, which looks like a half elf, a very thin half elf man, just like kind of looks at you and then waves the others down. It's a halfling. How did you get down here?
I am but a humble bone merchant, and I heard that there were the bones of a long lost saint buried within these tombs, and I pull out my little pouch of glowing dwarven bone shards and go, and I managed to collect some, but I got lost. I was spotted by some of the kobolds in here. I didn't know there were kobolds in here. and I got lost trying to escape them. I crawled through a tunnel, and there was like spear traps and pit bulls and a bunch of bones and honey.
And as you get closer to them, you notice that like they're dirty. Some of them look sticky. Many of them have like the remnants of wounds, like they're kind of bloodied up, but you don't see any wounds still on them. The box, as you get closer, it looks like it is large enough to carry the egg for sure. And you hear the tiefling as they like actually make a perception check real quick just to see how clearly you catch this.
Perception is going to be a one.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty clear. The tiefling leans over to the drow and is like, we need to get rid of this guy because they're not going to come out if we have a stranger hanging around. And the drow just looks over at the tiefling and then back at you and nods slightly.
I want to say that I have my javelin, my trusty throwing javelin in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And while I'm not looking directly over to see them, I am getting close and kind of poking everyone to like get ready in case something goes wrong.
So essentially that like last bend of the curve that leads out into this, you're just kind of standing just out of the ambient light that's pouring in there and watching. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll a perception check just to see if you can make out what's going on over there.
I highly doubt that, but
okay. You can see the cluster of people, and there's a halfling that you know to be Omu's is heading that direction. So Omu's, what do you do?
When I hear that, what do? I'm going to cast a spell, and that spell is going to be who was whispering, saying they needed to get rid of me?
So the tiefling was whispering to the drow.
I'm going to look at the tiefling with a bonus action, use what is that ability called? Unsettling words. And I'm going to say, it's rude to talk about people in front of them.
Gotcha. So this isn't a spell. This is like your bard ability, right?
Yes, I expend the use of my bardic inspiration die, and then they take whatever number I roll as a negative to the next saving throw they make, and then I'm going to cast Charm Person on them.
Okay, so Charm Person would be noticeable to them to cast.
Is there a way I can do it that wouldn't be noticeable?
Why don't you do a? You want to do like a sleight of hand to try and like keep the somatic components hidden as much as you can? Nice. And let's see.
Here we go.
Yeah, so it takes you a moment and your little fingers kind of move around like you've turned your hands so they can't really be seen, and you're mumbling the words, and so they get a wisdom save, correct?
Yes, wisdom saving throw.
And that is on the tiefling?
On the tiefling.
Wisdom save. The tiefling will fail.
Okay.
So with the -5, it got 0.
Sweet. I say to him after I've charmed him, look, I understand you guys clearly you have something going on here. But like, if you could just give me some direction, or I can hide until your business is done if you want to show me out afterwards. Like, what's wait, what are you guys even doing down here?
So the dwarf turns towards the others and is like, we should just tell him how to get out of here, and then he can take off, and we don't have to worry about his presence any longer. Yeah, that would be fine. Yeah. See that tunnel over there?
Yeah.
All right. So, well, okay, you're gonna take that tunnel and then take your third right, and then you're gonna go down some stairs, which is weird. I know you're gonna feel like you're going back down, but once you go down the stairs, you're gonna end up taking. Well, you go down a tunnel, take your second left, go around the curve back to the right, take your fourth left and your first right, and then go up the stairs, and there should be a hidden door there for you to exit out.
Just out of curiosity, could you tell me what you guys are doing down here?
We're just adventuring. Like, we're not obviously the most humblest of professions, a bone salesperson like yourself, but we have to make ends meet somehow.
Is there, I don't know, is there something interesting in the box? I could swap you with these Saints bones. They're gonna go for a fair few platinum.
Make a insight check. The dwarf is actually keenly eyeing, like her eyes have been tracking the bones as you've been like talking and having them in your hand and stuff. She's definitely interested, and her eye raises. They might actually sell for more than we're making off this job. The drow is kind of looking at the tiefling, because they have stopped voicing the opinion that you should go away, and then looks at the dwarf. If we start reneging on our deals, we're going to get a bad reputation and no one's going to want to hire us. So no, I think it's a bad idea. You know what you could do though? And he points to you, Omuz. If you want to try and trade those bones to the people that we are bringing this container to, they might be willing to do some kind of business with you, but I'm sorry, we can't let you have the container.
Yeah, I could do that. I like that idea. Just purely from a business sense, as the consummate professional that I am, I can't go into a deal with them without knowing what you're selling to them, just because if it's something that is against my personal beliefs or something that's going to put me in danger, I feel like I have the right to know that.
Well, we could do our transactions separately, and then you don't need to worry about it.
I really...
Approximately how long has this conversation been taking place?
It's only been a couple of minutes. It's only been a couple of minutes since Omuz walked out and across the bridge and over there. Not very long at all.
I turn to Ipo and I go, right now, was it 5 minutes and then we come in, or is it when he makes the shitter spell, or?
Ipo doesn't know, but Ipo is gonna go now. Let's go.
I try to grab onto Ipo.
I try not to be grabbed.
Okay. So do Prakiji's gonna do athletics, and Ipo can do either athletics or acrobatics.
Do acrobatics.
Bick.
There you go. I do a spin
Yeah,
move.
it's before your hand even like finishes raising to then lower onto Ippo. Ippo's just gone.
And I'll just like to sneak up as close as I can get. How shallow is this water here?
You're not really sure.
Let's not try it out. So yeah, I just like to sneak as close as I can get.
Okay.
I want to get as close in throwing range.
Go ahead and roll a stealth.
Let's roll stealth. Let's see what happens.
Not terrible.
Ippo's walking, just tiptoe, 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 tiptoe.
Everyone seems really interested in Omus, and so you are. I'm just gonna move your character token if that's all right.
That's fine.
Right now you are about here, and you haven't been seen yet. Aji, Prakiji, and Snack, Ippo has, like the wind, stepped away from you. What would you like to do?
I am trailing him.
Okay.
Spear still at, or javelin still at the ready.
Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Is anyone wearing metal armor?
I think I have heavy armor on.
Oh, of the four, not
Oh.
of you guys.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The dwarf has a chain shirt on.
I was gonna say Ippo's dressed like Aladdin, so
Sweet.
Yeah, of them, the dwarf has a chain. Oh, wait. Hang on. Sorry, there might be one more. The drow has like a tabard over. It's hard to see what their armor is, but they do look bulky. But the dwarf definitely has metal armor on. Okay, so is Aji and Snack, or are Aji and Snack following Prakiji, following Ippo?
So we're going now. Seems like we're going now.
I was really thinking we should wait, but yeah, I don't want anyone to die. And so I sneak forward.
Okay.
I'm
So-
very loud. I am not quiet.
Right. So we'll do a group, and it will take Ippo's already rolled into account. So Prakiji, Snack, and Aji also roll stealth checks,
I just need you to know it's nothing personal, but knowing that you're loud,
right?
great dice roll. But knowing that you're loud, be like, I'm gonna try and
I mean, I have disadvantage, so
Nice.
that's actually the 10 and not the
Right,
18, but
right.
10 is still good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
it
bad.
is.
Okay. So currently on the other side, Omus, the drow has essentially shut down that idea. Although the tiefling is kind of like looking from the drow to you, and each thing that like both of you say, they're like, yeah, we could do that too. Yeah.
I'm gonna sidle up to the tiefling,
Okay.
and just like quietly whisper to it, like, "Hey, we're friends, right?"
I mean, I don't even know your name, but I feel like I've known you for a while
Right,
now.
for like so long.
Right.
I take a look around the cave, and I just go, "My name is Shroomish Mossrock.
Hang on.
Shroomish Mossrock. It's truly a pleasure to meet you."
Shroomish Moss Rock. Gotcha. Okay.
I've got to ask, can we hear this from across the cavern?
How loud are you being, Omus?
I'm trying to like I'm trying to draw the tiefling into like a little one-on-one aside away from
Right.
the other three.
But like the conversation up until now has it been pretty
Just the same volume that they were speaking at before, really, just kind
Okay.
of this general conversational volume, yeah.
so up until now, you're getting like a good deal of it, like a lot of it echoes throughout the chamber. So it sounds a little distorted, but you can make out the words as long as you can speak common. Otherwise, you just hear, words that you don't understand. And then when Omu's kind of sidles up to the tiefling, that's a lot more hushed.
Yeah, I sidle up and I say, so we're best friends. You can tell me, right? I don't need to know. You can just tell me what's in the box.
Oh well, I mean, I feel like I should tell you my name too. I'm Alflosk, and it's an egg. It's a dragon egg.
Oh my god! I've never seen one of those before.
The half elf grabs the tiefling and it's like, "What are you doing?" and pulls him away from you.
I am going to run backwards as far as I can and cast Shatter.
Okay, we'll call this. You get this action, and then initiative will start. So Shatter is a 20-foot radius. Is that right?
I believe so, and I'm going to try and get the I'm going to try and get the top three without hitting the box.
Can you either? Well, actually, here I can check it. Oh, 10-foot radius. Okay, so 20-foot total. Bloop. So you want it essentially like this?
Yeah. And they all make Constitution saving throws.
Okay. That's that one, and that one, and that one. All right, we got 12, 3, and 22. So it looks like two failures.
Yes, the two failures there. And then they take the two that failed take 14 thunder damage, and the one that passed takes half.
Okay. And then are they deafened or anything? No. All right. So then everyone click on your token.
Is it possible for me to... Oh, actually, I would be able to say, all right, Parkiji, we probably can't throw our spear that much, no matter how good at javelin throwing we were in old kobold track and field. Damn. I am sad.
And I did move before I cast that, so I would have cast that from about there.
Okay. Let's
roll my
pop these out, make this a little easier.
Initiative button.
Apparently I did this wrong, but
I did the same thing. Touch token first, then initiative.
Oh, right. Gotcha. So let's see. We need to add Sneck. Is that right? Oh, no, Sneck's on there.
Yep.
Parkiji.
My initiative you still need. How do I...
And...
I rolled a 19.
For Parkiji?
For a G.
Oh, gotcha. Hang on one
But
sec.
I did it wrong, so it didn't end up on the...
How do I roll my initiatives through this?
So click on your token, and then on your sheet, Let me open a sheet just to make sure I'm telling you correctly. There would be a initiative box near the top of your sheet, in the middle, right in the center of that top. So there's like the bar that goes across the top, and then the next box down, it says initiative.
My token is here.
Awesome. All right, so Aji got a 19.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you? There we go. What did Prikiji get?
3.
3.
I know.
We got Snack, we got Epo. That's everyone, right? And we need... Okay. The taking the damage is going to knock the tiefling out of being charmed, correct?
Yes. I don't know if it's either knocks them out or they get a saving throw.
Okay.
I think it might be knocked out though.
Let's double check just so we do it right.
Saving throw to temperature when spells. Yes, until it's something harmful is done to it.
Okay, so it just automatically ends?
Yeah.
Okay, so no longer charmed. You can get rid of this. They took damage, and damage. Excellent. Okay, so the tiefling shakes their head and looks around and glares at you. Raises their hand. And you become blinded by darkness that appears over you. Omus. So you can't really tell where in the block you are or in the sphere of darkness you are, but everything goes black. And then they're gonna move over here. It is then your turn. What do you do, Omus?
Great question, because everything I was going to do requires line of sight. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to roll a d4. 1 is up, 2 is left, 3 is right, 4 is down, and I'm just going to run in a random direction.
Okay.
So I'm just going to run my full movement off to my left. So 25 feet.
So about halfway through your movement, you burst out into the dimly lit cavern.
Then for my action, I'm going to look at the dwarf, and I'm going to just double check I am in range for that. Should be. Oh, easily. I'm going to cast Heat Metal on their chain shirt.
Okay. There's no save. They just get to suffer with
save.
it. Yeah.
They take 2d8 fire damage.
Is it the start of their turn or immediately?
I believe it is both.
Would you like to roll the dice, or would you like me to roll it?
I'm just checking the wording on the spell.
Okay.
Make sure I have everything correct here.
Would we have an opportunity to rush forward at all? Like,
Not really, because of the way that it happened. Like, Omu's backed up. It was like, shatter! At which point they were like, So,
gotta
it
ask.
was a little shocking to both sides, but
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if we could have started like further in because we had already started like running
yeah, so everyone should be,
towards.
yeah, because you were in the hall, which was off the map, and Ipo has made it up to there when, actually, we can move, because there was a little bit that happened before the boom.
Thank
We'll
you.
put
Cool.
you guys
Thank you.
there.
I use a bonus action on my turn, subsequent turns, to do the fire damage again. It's not on their turn.
Okay, gotcha. So she's going to take 10 to start with. And then on your turn, use a bonus action to cause more damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for clarifying. All right. Anything else?
What was that? An action, a movement, bardic left. Nope, not right now.
Okay. Aji.
I'm just gonna move as much as I can, I think. Let me just make sure how close I have to be for some. Oh goodness. So I guess. How close can I get? Can I get close enough to cast a spell that it has a range of 120 feet?
Oh, I
Or
think
no?
so. Hang on one sec.
It's hard for me to see the lines on the.
Yeah, the grid
Map,
is really
so.
weird. So, why is it not letting me change to the ruler? Weird. So I saw Ipo, you were using your ruler, weren't you? Can you measure out from Aji for me? Because for some reason it won't let me click on the.
To
Yeah, so
where?
I'd probably move
Aji to where?
forward. Well, I
Uh,
think. Hold on.
To
What
are
is
you aiming for
my-
them?
Yeah. So I would need
Just
to
go.
move forward first.
Okay, just go all the way from yourself to one of the bad guys.
Myself.
You essentially would have to get here.
Where you are is 120 feet to the. I think that's the half elf.
I'm just trying
show
to find my
others.
movement on here.
It's at the top.
And you should be 30. Unless I'm wrong.
It's slightly less me, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was different because I have heavy armor on. Yeah, I don't have anything in my speed box at all.
Oh, weird.
No?
You're
No.
30 feet
Yeah.
movement.
Okay. So if I could move up 30 feet.
There you go. Fixed it.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Could you possibly move me up 30 feet just because I can't see the grid
Sure.
at all?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then I'm gonna say, can't we just talk about this? Except we'll do all the talking, and I'm gonna cast silence on them.
Okay. Which one do you want to cast silence on?
So it's a 20-foot radius sphere. So if I can get as many of them in it as I can, and if I can't get them all, as many of them that look like spellcasters to me as I can.
Is it on an object or a point?
20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range.
Okay. So if you do like here, that should get everyone.
And I say, just listen, we just want our egg back, okay? And I'll just like cast my little silence spell.
If you put it there, the half elf will be partially in and partially out.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay. So you say that and then cast it, and then everything goes silent for them. You can see the frustration on their face as they realize what has happened. Anything else?
No, that's it. Actually, yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. So the dark elf is going to charge towards Omu's, and on the way over pulls out a second sword and is going to attack Omu's a little bit. Does a 22 hit you?
22 does hit me.
Okay, but 11 misses, right?
Yes.
18?
And that hits.
Okay, so you're gonna take 16 total damage.
Okay. Still standing.
Okay. That's all they can do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Running faster than you expect them to, the half elf like puts their arms behind them and goes and runs across the room, ending there. The dwarf, Omus, you can see, even though this guy just came up and was slashing at you.
Sorry, what were the 2 damage values I took? Because I do need to roll Constitution saving throws.
Gotcha. So it would have been 8 and 8. So 2 10s is what you need to roll. The dwarf, you can see, is making very profane. Oh, you lost on the first one. No.
What did I roll?
Fuck. She's still making
you
very
still have
profane.
that inspiration that we got at the beginning?
You do. Do you want to use
it on
that?
I'm going to use it for the first one.
Nice. She's going to move to there. And I need Omus to make a dex save.
Cool.
That's weird. So the DC is 13. So you will take 5 radiant as light beams down and scorches at you.
Well, good news. I won't need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no!
For concentration, because I'm unconscious.
Oh no!
Fun.
Unconscious. All right, Snack. You cannot see what just happened. In fact, the dwarf, the drow, and Omus are all invisible to everyone on that side, or rather, you can't see them because of the dome of darkness that's in between. So, what would Snack like to do?
And I don't know the eggs in the box.
I mean,
Or I guess
I
we started
feel like-
attacking, so I do know.
I feel like you could all make a fair assumption that the egg was in the box, but the only person that knows the egg is in the box is Omuz.
Okay. I'm gonna go steal an egg, keep him distracted. And if I can dash right on through that for my turn, I'm gonna try and get as close to that egg as possible.
Okay.
10. I guess we can move through friendlies.
You can move through friendlies. Going
Just
through
can't stop.
Prikiji, yeah, can't stop there, and Prikiji will count
Yeah.
as 2 to move through,
Gotcha.
just because of the
So,
way that bridge is.
15, 25,
Sorry,
30.
I'll eat a salad sometime.
Muscle.
So that's 35. Trying to think of the closest. 45, 55, 60.
Okay.
And that's our turn. We're booking it.
Okay. Ipo.
Yes. This guy ran up.
Yeah, the
Okay.
half elf is running towards the group. At this point, he's kind of eyeing Sneck, who's running off that way, but Aji just silenced over there, so looks like he's trying to decide which way to go.
Oh, nope. And I run up and I stop like 5 feet short and I just toss the bucket of acid at him.
Nice. All right, he's gonna get a dex
Amazing.
save.
You fighting Ipo is the opponent. You're fighting Ipo. No looking at Snack.
All right. Where are you? Dex save.
Oh,
Oh, he's still going to take half. Let's call this 3d8. Not terrible. So he's going to take 8 damage. All right. Anything else, Ipo?
yeah, I'm gonna just come down right here and just block Snack.
Okay.
Thanks,
Uh,
bro.
So you splash him some of the acid, like he manages to dodge a bunch of it, but a lot of it also hits him. This moment of realization hits his face that this is the same acid that they left for you. And he says something really horrible and elvish. You don't need to
Right.
understand it to realize that he was saying something horrible.
No, don't speak it. I say something horrible back in Draconic.
Oh, there you go. Prikiji, what would you like to do?
I have my my javelin out, so
Mhm.
I'm going to run up. Okay, so this first blue circle that's closest to us, is that the one where I can't see through?
That is darkness, correct.
So I wouldn't be able to see Omuz and the other folks, yeah?
Right. I think you might.
Can I see
You-
the
you can-
tiefling?
You can see the tiefling,
Okay.
and you can see the dwarf a little. There's about half of the dwarf sticking out that you can see.
Okay, we are using our kobold high javelin tossing skills, and we are just going in for it.
Okay.
That's okay.
And who are you
14.
checking it at?
The tiefling over by the box. The box that I don't know what is inside, but it's, I just kind of want to show off in front of my friends.
So it is going to go. It lands about here.
Did I not count out 120 correctly? Or that's just not that?
So you're at disadvantage after 30.
Oh.
So the 30 is what you can roll normally, 120 is disadvantage, and then over 120 you can't hit at all.
Yeah, we just, the thing is that our intelligence isn't super high. So, that was good roleplay, wasn't
But
it?
it would have been amazing if you would have hit him,
All in character.
right?
Yes.
You could see he stops, starts counting on his fingers.
Oh no.
Anything else, Prikiji?
I think I'm just going to growl at the elf in front of us.
All right. That's done. That's done. The tiefling is going to go 2, 4, 6. On the way over, they're pulling out a...
How dare they just walk over my javelin that I tossed?
Right. I thought
Look
about
at
having him
that.
take it and throw it back at you, but the tiefling pulls out a curved scimitar and runs towards you, but can't get any further than that. Omus, go ahead and make a death save. Nice.
Yes.
You're kind of drifting. You can hear things going on around you, and your body's just kind of racked with ouchies. Aji, what do you do?
I will be able to see Omez on the ground so that I can cast Healing Word. It's like I don't have to get to Omez, but I just need to be able to see.
Let me double check. I don't even think you have to see him. He has to be able to hear you. But I could be wrong.
I thought it was someone I could see.
Oh, yep. See within range, yep.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's that one spell that you don't have to see your target, but nope.
Yeah.
All right, so you could...
So it's gonna go around the way that the tiefling is now standing in.
Gotcha. It has to be
I'm
within
trying to go that way.
60 feet. That's
Yeah.
rough.
And I can't see through this darkness that's blocking me.
Correct.
So my thought is friends down, gotta get to friend.
Although technically you don't know that Omus is down because he went down after the darkness went up. So as far as you know, Omus is kicking their butt over there.
Sure sounds like it.
Yeah, you just hear splort, splort. Oh.
Yeah. So you don't think I heard
what's your
the
passive
fall
perception?
of my friend?
Yeah.
I think it's 12.
It definitely sounds a little less combative over there than it was earlier. So it's safe to say Omus or somebody is not doing well. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could end up here if you just walk.
Because I think it's a bonus action to cast that spell.
It is.
So I could use my movement and my action to run. And then just be worried about my friend.
Okay. If you swim, you can get to here, not take any attacks of opportunity, and you would be able to see Omus as you're bobbing in the water.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So you swim over there and pull your head up out of the water as much as you can. And what is your healing word?
I'm just I believe in you.
Do you have to clap?
Yeah. Gotta clap. Come on
You
now.
start drowning while you're clapping?
Right? Go ahead and roll the healing word.
Okay, do I just click on it like I would?
You should be able to. Let's see if it works.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Does that work?
3. So you got 3.
Plus your spellcasting modifier?
Yeah. I was just checking to make sure it added it, but it rolled a
I
1 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did
So
I
you-
say earlier? Stop
It's-
wasting the good rolls when we don't
Right?
need them.
It's really hard to cast a spell while you're swimming, okay?
Right?
What?
Do the best I can over here.
I know this isn't technically an ability I have, but would you allow me to use my reaction to make a performance check to pretend that I'm still dead, or a deception check?
I was just gonna say play dead.
Yeah, so I
Play
mean
dead.
technically let's go ahead and do it that way. Do either deception or performance, whichever you prefer.
Oh, it's definitely going to be deception.
Nice. I mean, you feel consciousness flood back into your body, but you can hear things going on around you. That drow is like crunching rock as they're turning away from you. So you're pretty sure they're still there. Not that much time has passed. And so you'd manage to just like lay there and not be noticed. I think that's the end of Aji's turn, right? Because you dashed for your action and then bonus action.
Yes. so
Okay.
I'm all spent, just kind of splashing around in the water over there.
So Omus, the drow steps away from you. You technically can take an attack of opportunity. Do you want to do so?
No.
Okay. All right, so he ends up over there. I lost his character sheet. Sorry, hang on one second. There you are. He raises his hands and gestures over towards the three of you, Ipo, Prakiji, and Snek. The three of you
No.
need to make dexterity saves. As dancing lights and effects appear around you and then settle upon your person, lighting up both Snek and Ipo.
Gonna use my inspiration to reroll
Nice.
that. I hate this. No.
All three of you light up like Christmas trees. Yeah.
So I have advantage on mine. Instead of using the second number, could I go ahead and reroll?
You have advantage on yours?
I do. I have shoo-a-doo-boo. Danger sense. Advantage on dex saving throws against effects that I can see, like traps and spells.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. But your advantage would technically be the 10. Do you have any
I'll
isn't
use my my thing from earlier.
Oh, your inspiration to re-roll essentially?
Can I add the 6 to, well, can I add the potentially up to 6 to my 10?
Is that from Bless or is that from
From the first time barbarian and 10th character for mana. Didn't you give everyone?
Oh, inspiration. Yes.
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 Cool.
So many things.
So if I rolled my bardic inspiration, so that's 12, and if I still had the bless, that's another 2. So does 14 make
Perfect. 14 does make it.
it? Yay! What's that?
15.
15 also makes it. So
Yes.
the only one lit up like a Christmas tree that I'm trying to find a pretty icon for is Snack.
Is the one that we need to sneak.
Right?
Right?
It won't stop me.
Fantastic.
Let's go with this. That's fairy fire. Okay. Then they just get a bunch of turns. Okay, so this one this one is the half elf is running towards everyone and looks at Epo and like recognizes like, and he steps up to have a battle of the monks.
Ah, Ipo will be your opponent.
Does a 15 hit you?
15 meets it. Meets AC.
Okay. All right, so that's 14 bludgeoning total
Jesus Christ.
as he hits you twice.
Oh.
Make which one? Make a con save.
God dang.
You are not stunned.
Oh, you want to play these games?
And he
Monk fight.
like,
Yes.
cracks his neck and he smiles down at you like, what are you gonna do, little lizard man?
Oh, Ipo's gonna get on him.
We are no longer burning, correct?
This is correct.
Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prakiji, make a actually hang on, might be too far away. Sacred Flambe, 60 feet. You are one square
Oh, thank
too
God.
far away.
Whew.
She doesn't notice Aji, so she is gonna dash. 1, 2, 3.
The same color as the water over here, just
Right.
like
She might notice you here, but at this point she's dashed, so there's nothing else. Snack.
behind
In
the
your-
glowy things.
In your glowing greatness, what would you like to do?
It's gonna surprise everybody. I'm gonna dash because I'm gonna try to get that egg. But we're gonna go for a straight line, and we're actually gonna go right into the darkness spell.
Okay.
Hoping that will kind of throw off some of the glow for a minute. So did the math, and we end up right here.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Okay. Ipo.
Ipo attacks. Ipo attacks. Ipo is going to attack. Pulls out a short sword because screw this guy. First attack.
Oh.
I want to use my inspiration on that one
Okay.
to attack to reroll that.
Wait, and you also have pack tactics. Don't forget about that.
But
No
you gotta
one's
be
there
within
yet.
5
Oh,
feet.
fudge.
Yeah.
I'm so close.
Aha!
Six
That'll do
feet.
So boom, 7 piercing. Then as a bonus action, unarmed strike. So I slice at his legs. Can I run up and try to kick him? Ha! Take that,
Nice.
you butt.
You what?
That's 5 bludgeoning. And then guess what he has to do?
Which
Make
save?
a Constitution save. Because screw this guy.
Oh.
10. And that is, what is my thingy? It is
Should be higher than that.
8. Yeah, 8. Yeah, definitely 8 plus. Yeah. So yeah, you're stunned.
And he looks stunned, like his eyes are like, huh?
And I open my eyes wide. Ipo will win. And I'm gonna just end my turn while reaching for one of the glass bottles.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I'm gonna end my turn there. Ipo will win.
Prakiji.
I'm going to step closer and use my pack tactics.
You would have had advantage either way, so it's fine.
Perfect. I'm going to rage. That's my bonus action. And I'm going to use a spear to just poke at this half-elf. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
And I say, right now, give us back our egg. It's not very nice of you to steal this from us. As I just kind of poke it as many times as I can.
Gotcha. You're just like instead of like once all the way through, you're just like pin cushioning you at a shallower level.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe if I, like hit it a couple times, it's gonna be like, fuck, this hurts. I don't want this anymore. Just, we're going for surface area.
Right.
Quantity,
Okay.
not quality.
Okay, so let's see. Aji, make me a perception check, and Omu's make me a perception check.
Okay.
Aji's is going to be a disadvantage, so we'll take the lower number when you roll, just because of where you are. However, it won't matter. As you're bobbing there, and Omu's, you're still like, kind of laying there and can't really see this, but Aji, as you're bobbing around trying to see Omu's and what's going on over here and what's going on over there, you glance over and you see some other kobolds run out from over here. And they run up on either side of the egg. And there's a flying one that comes up with them. And they pick up the egg or the container and begin heading this way.
No.
It's almost like you don't recall there being like, this area is an intersection for a bunch of the, like if you went north, you would end up at one of the other clans. If you went south, there's a different clan that lives over there. But over here where they're running, you don't recall there being a passage over there. However, you were pretty sure that these are
I was gonna say, who do they look like?
Yeah, because each of the clans besides you has a pretty obvious look to them. They are skullbiters, which are the ones that you beat to get the egg. And that brings us to the tiefling's turn. The tiefling, who is not looking very healthy. Oh no, the tiefling's not doing that bad. Is gonna run forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And is going to have to dash to get there. Is gonna engage with Prakiji. I don't think he has any bonus actions. Nope. So that is their turn. Omu's.
Great question. I am going to cast. I am going to. Bonus action cast a healing word on myself.
Okay.
To start with.
Not a bad plan. Yeah.
And then I think I'm just going to, as loudly as I can, yell, they're taking the egg. You're not going to get paid. Try and convince some of these adventurers to peel off and protect their investment.
Okay. Anything else?
Once I do that, I'm going to move into the darkness.
Okay.
It's still there.
Yeah, so you have to use half of your movement to stand up, and then to move, you essentially get here, but you'd be in the darkness.
Because I don't want to get stabbed again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Any actions? Because it's so you had a bonus action in your movement.
No. I think I'm just gonna. I can't be seen in the darkness. Right?
I'm sorry. What was that?
So I can't be seen in the darkness. I might take the dodge action just in case.
I was gonna say it doesn't
Darkness
hurt. Okay. All right. That brings us to Aji.
So first I have a question. Can
Yeah.
I cast a cantrip and a spell in the same turn?
You can, as long as one of them is a bonus action. Otherwise,
Okay.
no.
So I want a bonus action as Omez is heading back in. Cast healing word on him again. Can we plan those simultaneously, as he's running?
Sure.
Even though my turn is technically after.
Sure. Four more
That
to
was
yeah. Excuse me.
And then I'm gonna say, wait, you're taking our egg. Get back here. And I'm gonna get out of the water and go after the kobolds that are taking the egg.
Okay.
So I want to do 30 feet of movement and then cast. If they're within are they within 60 feet of me after I get out of the water? Okay. So then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame, which is a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, they'll get an 18.
Okay, I don't know what my thing is. Oh goodness.
I'm gonna double check. I don't think it is that high. Yours is 12.
Okay.
So maybe it was the calling out to him or something. There was a warning, and he
Gotcha.
spins out of the way before the light hits him. Anything else?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. The drow looks back to where Omu's was and is like, "What?" And goes 1, 2, 3. You bastards! 1, 2, 3. Wait, is bastard safe? Should I not say that one? Okay. And he is going to.
Just because Aji is covering their little ears and doesn't want to
Right.
hear the bad words.
He can't fairy fire them because he already did that. So he will unsling a crossbow and take one shot at the one carrying the one side of it. 17 will hit. And let me just double check. I know they don't have a bunch of hit points, these little kobolds. Oh, look. This one collapses to the ground and can no longer go on. But meanwhile, the guy is stunned until the start of your next turn, right? Or the end of your next turn?
Yeah, and
So he glares at you. Like, he moves his eyes around, and you can tell he's furious. And that's about it.
I smile.
What did... Oops. The dwarf rushes forward. And Prakiji, make a dex save.
Is it for something that I can see?
It is a spell,
magic?
yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just do the whichever one is better on the first roll. Okay.
And you just make it, yep.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, that was a rough one too. 12. Okay. Snack.
All right. So I hear something about the box. I'm going to dash again, but for flavor purposes, popping out first, looking around. Wait, where's the box? Seeing the group run off, kind of spin around a little bit confused after the days of darkness.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be able to get to right there. My hand's gonna reach out, be like, I'm so close.
And just as you're like getting there, the other one is like his hands falling off in his last gasp of breath. And you looks like the Erd, the flying kobold, is going to try and help the other one. And they notice you like run up, but they can't do anything quite yet. Anything else?
That's all I can really do, unfortunately. I'm not quite close enough to the box to do anything else yet.
So close.
So close. It's right there.
All right, Ipo. What do you do?
Hippo! And what I'll do is swing around this guy. And while swinging around, I'm gonna just attack him.
Okay.
The short sword. Would I be able to bonus action throw the vial of acid at the dwarf?
Sure. Yeah, because you had it in your hand already.
Yeah. So he gets hit with a 19.
Oh, because you have advantage. That's right.
Yeah.
That totally hits.
4 piercing damage. And then I'm gonna just toss at the dwarf. I toss the vial.
Okay.
Or bottle of acid.
So she gets a dex to get out and does not get out of the way. Let's call that, because it's just a vial as opposed to a whole bunch. Let's call it a d6. So she'll take 6 acid damage.
Nice.
Hippo!
Actually, as you throw it, it like bursts on her face and just begins like burning through her flesh, and she's like, ah! And then when she pulls her hands away, like there's
Face in
how
her
graphic
hands.
is this channel? How, before I say this, how graphic is this channel?
Just go for it.
Okay. Like she pulls her hands away and like her skin is stuck to her hands, and there's just like skeleton and gook, and she falls on her face.
Bones for Omez, you know?
Hippo did not mean to do that, but Hippo wins. Hippo continues to win. And then, shit. I guess that's the end of the turn. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Prakiji.
I didn't see the amount of blood that I wanted to on last time's poking with the stick, so I am going to use grovel, cower, and beg.
Okay.
And I am just going to throw my hands up, get on my knees, and yell at these two. Please, mates, you've already stolen the egg, but it's being stolen now. You need to kill the other kobolds, please. We can't lose this freaking egg. And hopefully that is going to change their minds. But if it doesn't, you know, my pals have advantage that they already had. But hey, I really just want them to stop attacking us and to attack
Okay.
the people that have the egg on the
Why
other
don't-
side of the cavern.
Why don't we do it this way? We will, because you already had advantage, why don't you roll a persuasion check at advantage to see if you can convince these fellows.
17.
Sorry, wrong button. Also the wrong button, but the first roll was a 2, so
Yes.
the tiefling whose turn it is now are you done with your turn?
Yeah, I'm literally just like, please.
So the tiefling like looks down at you, kind of surprised because things are going sideways for them right at the moment, and glances back to see the Erd swoop down and grab the end of the egg container, and they begin moving off
No.
over here. And he says something in Infernal, and like Infernal doesn't sound pleasant to listen to begin with, but this sounds exceptionally bad, and is going to turn and run off this way, jumps over the dead dwarf. Dashes to get to there. Did anyone take an attack of opportunity?
Ipo was going to, but since he's going to save egg, then Ipo let him.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Death
allowed him to leave
Right.
our combat range. Yeah.
So Omus, you're in the darkness. You can hear people shouting. There was some horrific noise. Sounded like a garbage disposal falling down a flight of stairs. That's infernal. And you're in the darkness. So what would you like to do?
I would like to go for a little run. I can get. Oh, that's. How far can I make it? I'm gonna dash. I can dash 50 feet. So here. Back there. And then I don't have anything else I can do.
Gotcha. Yeah, but you could very clearly see these stone biters or these skull biters running away with the egg in the box. Aji.
I'm muted, so that wasn't helpful. I'm going to run. I'm gonna make sure that my silence area isn't up anymore.
Okay.
And run 30 feet towards the egg.
So that puts you there. You can see.
Can I see that?
You can see this kobold.
And how far away is that?
About 45 feet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna attempt to hit him with the sacred flame again.
Okay.
I don't condone violence, but give us back our egg.
I don't condone this.
So if they make their dexterity saving throw, which they did.
He does.
Gosh darn it. Be less dexterous, would you?
Right. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. I'm running out of spell slots over here, so.
Okay.
I can see that one guy laying on the ground in front of me. So would I know that he's dead?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. He's not breathing. Like there's no motion, and there's a. Who killed him?
Which
I
one?
think one of the
Crossbow, right?
Adventurers.
Oh right.
Yeah, one of the
there's a
adventurers did.
bolt sticking through. the
So
entirety of him. So
Can I just like say like the prayer that I would normally say to like
absolutely.
send his spirit? So even if he's making death saving throws, I'm sending his spirit to
Nice.
wherever kobolds go when they die. As my god has asked me to do. And that's my turn.
Okay. I don't think that is enough to take out the Erd. Let me double check. So the drow just raises that crossbow again, shoots the Erd. It goes like rips through one of the wings and tears off a big chunk of it. So the Erd falls to the ground. Still moving, but definitely injured heavily. Says the half elf. And just looks at Ipo and steps here and like raises an eyebrow. And steps here and looks back at Prakiji. And then runs off.
If I wanted to poke you, mate, I would have poked you.
If Ipo wanted to kill you, Ipo would have done it.
Fair enough. Let's remove the reminder of the poor dwarf who just wanted to pay for her child's college education.
That has nothing to do with Ipo. Ipo knew nothing of her personal life.
Yeah. And her child would have went on to be an adventurer that also killed kobolds. So
Right?
maybe adventurer college wasn't right for her.
That's right.
If you want, Ipo can go to house. Ipo can take care of kid. How old is the kid? College kid. Yeah, Ipo can take care of her child. No
Just
problems.
Dress the child up like a very tall kobold.
Yes. You are tall kobold. Now you are Ipo's friend. You're Ipo's family.
I can help with the disguise.
Oh, of course
Exactly.
you can.
Magic.
I will also say a prayer for the dwarf.
Okay.
I loot the body. I want to find a artist drawing of her child, and I'm gonna keep that.
I got that.
Have
Don't worry
Snack,
about it.
yeah, have Snack draw it up for you.
Yeah.
Snack, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay, so excited this turn because I'll be able to catch up. So 5, 10, 15, 25. I will be within 5 of the box. And then because of my roguey abilities, I have fast hands, and as a bonus action, I can use objects.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping I can do is open the box and get the egg.
Sure.
Okay.
Are you gonna like replace it with anything? Or are you gonna like Indiana Jones this so they think there's still something in the box?
Yeah, if there's a rock nearby, because I don't think
Sure.
I have anything heavy enough on me right now, but I can do a quick switcheroo. Absolutely.
No, like on your way over there, you scoop up a rock. And so you need to do a sleight of hand check. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Let's go.
Need to beat a 10.
I did! Yay!
So yeah, you just run up, open it up, flip the two, you have the egg, you slowly close the lid. Anything else?
I just want to make sure it's kind of tucked hidden somehow on my person. Like I know it's not going to be like super hidden, but I'm now going to have to find a way to run past all these people who are also looking for the egg.
Right.
So it's not quite football tucked, but we're trying to like.
You don't have your bonus action
No.
dash yet, do you?
No. Well, I do, but I did my bonus action, or I did fast hands as my bonus action. So I moved. I bonus actioned. I don't have an attack or anything I want to use. So
I mean, you have like a bag. It won't fit in the bag, but you could like kind of
sure
pseudo hide it with it. We'll see
Sure.
if anyone notices.
Sounds good.
And that's all your movement. You have to stay there.
Let's see, I was right there. 5, 10, 15, 25. I can move back 5 feet.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and do that.
Epo.
Yeah. Epo's looting the body of the dwarf.
Okay.
Actually, no. That could wait for later. Where was I here? I'm going to do peanut butter. I'm gonna just dash to like here.
Okay.
80 feet. Yeah, that. Oh, wait. Damn it. Damn you. Like right here.
Okay.
What's going on?
I just like turn and suddenly Epo's there.
Oh god.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's like the Roadrunner.
Epo's here.
Anything
Hi.
else?
No. I'm gonna just grab one of the files again just in case.
Okay. Totally fair. So Prikiji, Epo jets off. What are you doing?
I am racing behind this tiefling, using them as a body shield just in case. And you know, I'm probably like 15 seconds behind them, but I kind of grab their, I don't know, maybe I can grab their elbow. maybe I'm tall enough for that, maybe I'm not. And I kind of peek around and say, yeah, that's the one over there. Do you see that winged one? I fucking hate him. Sorry, I'm here. Those are the skull biters. Anyway, you know, feel free to give them a beating. Take them down. That's my turn. I
Okay.
dash.
So, the skullbiters are going to continue running. As far as they know, they have the egg. They run up. There is like an opening that you've never seen before in this room, and as they run through it, they like flick a switch. It's on the other side, and it begins to close. Is anyone going to go after them, or do you want to let them run off?
I'm going to
wouldn't
poke
know.
and prod that the tiefling needs to follow them. The skull biters have your egg.
Right. So technically, what would have to happen is Prikiji and the tiefling and everyone to the right of where I'm pinging can't see what happens until they like catch up, and then everyone else will have to be like, they went into the wall. At which point everyone could go and like try and find the wall, like find the way to open it.
I guess real quick, I'm not sure this would affect anything. As a way to say like, hey, I have the egg. Without
Mhm.
saying, hey, I have the egg. As I take that 5-foot step back and I'm calling out to my friends. I get real nervous when I do disguise self as our safe word. And I'm trying to like use that as a way to say like, hey, things are okay.
You're not going to use like pig draconic. Have
No, that would make too much sense. The agreed upon word in case something went wrong or something to regroup.
Okay.
was, to my knowledge, disguise self makes me nervous, or casting disguise self makes me nervous.
So the drow just kind of looks around and he slams his sword into its sheath, and then he slams his short sword into the other sheath, and he looks at all of you. Well, they're the ones who hired us, and now they have it already, and we didn't even get paid.
Saints bones.
Can you say that one more time?
That one more time?
You should go get him. You didn't get paid. That's not fair.
You should
People
just
doesn't think that's fair. So yeah, go chase them.
beat the absolute fucking tar out of them.
Yeah. What
Oh,
what Perkisi said.
by the
How-
gods, what is
how
wrong with the dwarf?
How about I pay you with Saints bones to leave and never come back?
Never. Do you understand the heart attack that you've almost given 5 of us today? Just because we're smaller than you, and just because we're not going out on adventures all the time, doesn't mean that we're not people too. And I beat on my chest with my finger, and then I point up to their chest.
We didn't hurt anyone. Your stupid traps hurt us more than any. We just knocked out your guard and then left.
You almost killed me.
Okay, but that was after you started it.
You started it by stealing from us.
Yeah.
I think your excessive use of force was a bad response to a little thing like theft.
I think that it was a very measured amount of force for someone who broke into my home and stole one of my most prized possessions.
But you're a halfling.
Tell you what, when you get back home, I'm going to break into your house. I'm going to steal your most expensive thing, and then you can either let me walk out or you can try and stop me. And
we don't
we'll see
have
how it
homes.
feels.
We just travel around and cause problems. We're adventurers.
Who's
Do you want
talking?
the bones or not?
The drow. The tiefling comes over and holds out their hand. I will take the bones and bury them with our comrade.
And let this be a lesson that you'll have more missing comrades if you ever come back.
Noted. If we ever come back, we'll bring more people.
Huh?
I said, we are so going to go find those other kobolds that started all of this after we go rest and find more people, is what I said.
Okay.
The tiefling and the half-elf kind of eye everyone and start walking over to the dwarf and pick her up, and kind of the two of them, who are neither of them are strong, are kind of trying to carry her away. Maybe we can get her resurrected. I don't know. That's really expensive.
I say, don't worry. I already sent her soul to the afterlife, and I pat their hand.
Oh.
In Draconic, which
Thank
I think
you.
sounds something like, I say, all right, let's get out of here and leave these ding-dongs to fend for themselves. Let's not show them the way.
In Draconic, I say to the group, the sparkly effect on those bones is going to last about a minute, so let's put some distance.
The half-elf looks at you, looks at the tiefling, just shakes his head. You get the feeling the half-elf understood what you just said.
Oh no!
But didn't say anything.
When we're leaving, I want to look at the 2 vials of acid that I still have and absentmindedly toss them back towards them.
I'm good. Let's do. I'm gonna give them advantage on dex saves because you're just haphazardly throwing it, and they're not really paying attention. But
Come on, Snick, let's go. Epo has no use for these anymore. Anybody want acid?
No, I
No,
like acid.
You.
no, Snick. I'm not giving you acid, Snick. I just throw them.
you hear the glass break and some sizzling, but no one shouts in pain, and there's no one comes chasing after you.
Now, Snick,
Uh-huh.
we do not play with acid. Epo only had acid because we had a job to do.
Okay.
All right, so no acid for Snick. See, we'll go back. We play dice.
What if I steal acid for you?
That is a different story. Epo likes
Okay.
acid.
All right.
If Epo needs Snick to steal acid, Epo will
course.
ask, and I will have the acid. And
Because
We'll
I'm the
use
greatest thief ever.
yes, you are. You are
Thank you,
definitely.
thank you. Technology.
Snack is definitely the greatest thief ever. Don't let anyone tell Snack
Yeah.
that Snack isn't the greatest thief ever. All right.
Now, Omus is going to do something that's very important. I'm going to use my last spell slot to cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look like Kobold me, but I'm going to cast it in a way that makes it look like I am dispelling a Disguise Person spell on myself.
Totally
like it.
fair.
Because I need to get into a private space to be able to put my costume back on.
All right. So as the five of you carrying the egg discuss acid, receiving acid, giving acid, stealing acid, Omus returns to his normal self. Prikiji and Aji, what are you doing as you're walking back home?
Wait. As Deepo realizes, did we get the egg? When we get back, I'll say that like as we get back home, we walk through everything. Everything's done. And it's like, wait, did we get the egg?
I'm gonna put one arm around Prikiji and one arm around Snack and go, I think that went really well.
Absolutely. Snick, I think that you should do the honors, placing the egg. And
Really?
That's when the awards show starts.
I love reward. Our words, rewards, all of it. Let's go.
But have you been working on your speech?
You know what? I forgot it, but I think I have it written down on my. Oh no, it's gone. I'll come up with something on the spot.
I believe in you, mate. I believe in you.
And as you're all, I don't want to say group hugging, group walking arm in arm and giving each other words of encouragement, fade to black on Ocean's 5. Good job. I wasn't totally sure how that was going to turn out because they were like running off with the egg, and I'm like, I don't think we're going to have time for you to go get it. Oh, damn. Nice
Determined.
job, Snack.
Snaps for snack.
Right?
Good job.
One job.
Well,
Yay.
thank you all for playing. Jess, thanks for having me on to run this for you guys. I hope you all had a fantastic time.
Absolutely. Do we all want to go around and say where we can find us on the internet, starting with our wonderful DM?
I suppose. Okay, so you can find me here on Twitch at WH Publications, over on Twitter at WH Pubs. You can go to WHPublications.com, which I try to keep updated. Question mark. And if you're free on Wednesdays at 2:30 Eastern, hop on over to my channel on Twitch for Through the Mists, our Ravenloft actual play. Oh, should I popcorn it? Lou.
You can find me mostly on Twitter. I think my Twitter handle at the moment is @has1braincell. I'm not on anything else at the moment, but if you want to put me on something, I got all the time in the world. I'm going to popcorn over to Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex, and you can find me on social medias at @RollForAlex, unless you want to follow me on Twitch, which I'm just going to put my name in chat real quick. There is a 3 instead of an E. Don't ask, don't worry about it. But you can find me doing variety games Monday through Wednesday, and I am also on Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction over on the Games Tavern on Twitch as well. That's Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I mean, just the name alone makes me want to go watch that.
We just started last week. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
And my turn to popcorn that I almost forgot. Sid.
All right. Hey guys, Sid, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at _Sundance Sid. Also on Wednesdays on the Game 7 channel at 7 p.m. in the Dirty D's game. And I think tomorrow, we're on tomorrow for God Squad. Yeah, the finale of God Squad tomorrow, right here on this channel.
Nice.
I have no idea what the times are because time zones are weird. Yes, that is me. Now popcorn it to Mana. Yes, I don't think Mana went
Okay.
yet.
So, hi, I'm Mana. You can find me on Twitter and everywheres at Mana_Lorian. I'm also in 2 podcasts. One with Jess called Fangang, that is a Vampire the Masquerade game where I play Talia the Salute, and the other one is called Treasures Untold, where we're all literary characters, and right now I'm playing as a sword Excalibur, so it's pretty fun.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna popcorn it over to Jess.
Hi friends, I'm Jess. You can find me at a lot of places on the internet at Jess the Human with one S. The Fang Gang podcast that Mana was just talking about, the link to our Anchor FM so you can listen to our podcast is right there. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can watch the God Squad finale right here on this channel. We're going to have a giveaway for Demise Dice. It should be a really fun time. And I also play like a lot of Dead by Daylight and Beerio Kart on my channel. So if you like any of that, give me a follow. But thank you all so much for coming to watch this evening. Jeremy, thank you so much for DMing this. This was such a fun heist. Mana, Lou, Alex, Sid, y'all are fantastic. This was so much fun. We're going to be raiding into the Free Forge. They are doing a charity one-shot right now, so I highly encourage y'all to stick around for that.
Thanks.
But thank you so much, everyone, for coming in and checking out our Kobold Chaos Heist. Until next time, see y'all later.